But Liverpool was great, and Diogo Jota just keeps on producing. And I know, there'll be some that's saying this is the right time for him to be coming to the fore because there's no Sadio Mane, there's Mo Salah. But he's been doing it all season, in fairness.
Well, in fairness, it's close, but he ain't far behind what Mo Salah's done for Liverpool. Really? He's not... OK, Mo's done it for a far longer time. But Mo, like him, was bought in from Roma for £40-odd million, which a lot of people raised their eyebrows in the game. Jota was exactly the same from Wolves. A lot of people thought, Jota, 40 million to Liverpool?
Yeah.
He has been every bit as good. And Jurgen Klopp's recruitment has been extraordinary. Yes, he spent a lot of money on Alisson and Van Dijk. But you think of the clubs that Liverpool players have come from. They're not the biggest clubs in the world. We've talked to with Mo Salah, Roma, Alisson, Roma. And then you look at Mane, Southampton, Van Dijk, Southampton, Robertson. Hull, Matip, free transfer from Wolfsburg. You go across. Van Aldrum was in the relegation team when Klopp got him to Anfield. Klopp has bought so many players, and Jota has been exceptional. He shocked me how good he's been for Liverpool. Watching him in midweek again, and it's not the first time. It's not just off the back of the 2 goals he got. But his influence on what he's done, and look, Firmino's been completely pushed aside, really. It's become Jota in the front three now. And I think, there must be something in the recruitment at Anfield and how they've done it. And don't get me wrong, they have spent, a lot of money, but the money they've spent, you tell me that how many players they've got. I mean, look, Oxlade-Chamberlain coming at 40 million from Arsenal, and it hasn't worked out because of a lot of bad injuries and hasn't quite happened. But generally, nearly every Liverpool player is worth way more than they paid for them.
They have, absolutely. When you mention all those players that they brought in who've just gone on and gone on to be so important to Liverpool, and I must say with Jota, having seen him in the flesh, and I can't think I've seen him I'm trying to think if I have seen him in the flesh. Maybe I did it when he was at Wolves back in the Championship, but I hadn't obviously seen him for quite a long time. And what I really noticed about him is he's not the biggest in terms of physique,
like Mo.
Yeah, but he's strong. Yeah, he is such a strong player. The way he can just get past players, and they bounce off him. The way that he can just get past them, I was so surprised at it. He's become such a pivotal figure to that Liverpool squad this season. And as I say, it's not just because of AFCON and having to rise to the fore. It's been consistent throughout the season. And Roberto Firmino has his injury problems this season. We know that.
And he's been an incredible player for Liverpool as well.
Yeah.
He's just, like you said, Nat, having injuries, a little bit of loss of form at times, doesn't get the numbers which the other three get. And he's not tenacious like Mane is and like Jota.
He's a different player, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a much more of a drops in, creates, picks up the ball, moves it, great vision, and he's a great foil for all of them. But Klopp seems to love players that are really tenacious and never give up and will chase. They don't have to be technically absolutely brilliant, because Mane's not. They're good, but they're not in technical geniuses of what you'd look at Bernardo Silva, David Silva and many others, De Bruyne. They're not like that, but they're all tenacious. He really loves that. I actually thought, if we lost Mo Salah, who could we logically go after? And I kept thinking, well, the lad Bowen at West Ham sort of ticks them boxes because he's tenacious. He chases everything and it's decent technically, but not extraordinary. I keep thinking that who would fit into that Liverpool front line, because Klopp loves them type of players in forward areas that will chase and hustle players and stop them doing, they'll do the ugly things for their team and always get chances. Jota always gets chances like Mo Salah.
Mo Salah, though, the contract situation's still ongoing. I know Jurgen Klopp has spoken about it, saying, look, it's just formality in terms of we're just going through the numbers and hopefully he'll still sign a deal at the club. But that is still an issue right now. I mean, should they just be giving him a blank checkbook?
No, not a good idea, Nat. I'm not a fan. I believe you've got to want to play for a club and stay there. And I don't think Mo will ever get close to what he's doing at Liverpool elsewhere. I don't think there's a club better suited for him. I look at Trent behind him and think, you've got Trent behind you. Where are you going to find a fullback, a right back that's going to give you so much service and always, creating chances for you and whoever else is playing the forward line? I think, and I touched on this in weeks gone by, sometimes you can earn far more outside the game by being an established player, being successful, winning things and challenging for Liverpool than just going for that giant move. I think he's best suited the way he plays for Liverpool.